Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord again. I just want to say God is a good God, and he's worthy of all the praise. My name is Portis Mati, and to tell you a little about myself, I started writing poems when I was 7 years old. I have a collection of more than 3,000 poems on every subject. And first of all, I just want to say this about this collection. It says, the name of this one, it says, it's called Jesus Bless Our Children. And this is really a heart for me to share this with you. And I was going to share it earlier, but I had to take a break because tears started flowing. It's just hard for me to really understand the condition of this world. And I've been crying since I was 3 years old about the condition of the world. And I was just a little child, but I remember crying and praying for everyone in the whole world. And I've done it ever since. And this is not, and I was not a great parent. I'm not a perfect parent. And my kids went through, and as being a single parent, it was really kind of hard, but I thank God that he got me through it. And this is only just from my experience. And believe me, I am not here to judge. I'm just talking about the things that I experienced. I remember one of my nieces had a boyfriend, and she came to my house, and she had showed him a poem. He was mad at me because he said, "Why would you write a poem about me? She told you everything about me." So it's not that I already had the poem. I did not know about him at all. Didn't ever met him. But the thing about it is I write poems from my soul and my spirit. And this collection is called Jesus Bless Our Children. And I used to do poetry reading at schools, and that was my favorite thing. If I had to look back, that's my favorite thing I ever did, was share poetry with children. And I've read poetry at schools and churches and community centers. And I want to start off with my signature poem. But let me explain this poem to you. When I was doing readings at school, you couldn't say Jesus, but still it's all about Jesus for me. So I had the kids repeat this poem. It's called Jesus Beauty in Me, but I had them say, I, the beauty of me. So I would have them say, I am as beautiful as a flower that grows. I am so unique, and that I'll truly show. Great I am, and greater will be, because no one can stop the beauty in me. And so the first poem I'm going to share with you is called Who Are Stars? And I had the kids, I would read this one. And when I said, who are stars, I had them all say, we are all shining stars. And the first one said, who are stars? It says, I looked at myself in the mirror, and what did I see? Mom said, there's a beautiful star looking back at me. Who are stars? We are all shining stars. Do you mean the stars way up in the sky, way up above where I see birds fly? Who are stars? And they would say, we are all beautiful stars. She said, each of us holds beauty inside that will light up the world and shine like the stars up high. Who are stars? We are all beautiful stars. The world is filled with beautiful stars. So beautiful we all are. We are bright and shining because we are all stars. Who are stars? And we are all shining stars. Thank you. And this poem here is a poem I wrote, and it took me, I was trying to do the video earlier, but I couldn't because I cried. I had to cry about this because it touches my soul. And these poems are called Touches of My Heart Poetry because there was inside of me the things I saw in life and the things I experienced in life. But this one is called What If, and I wrote it because I was at a friend's house, and her son was talking to a child and cursing the child, and it hurt me so bad, and so I went home and wrote this poem called What If. And later on, God gave me an initial to a use if you got a curse. It's called a BMW. We all know BMW stands for a car, but a BMW means bad, meaningless words. And I came up with that saying, I used to tell people to use that instead of that. Because, God hears everything we say and sees everything we do. And we just want to be able to encourage our children. And so this is the poem I wrote for that situation. It says, what if we called our children beautiful names? What if we said you are wonderfully made, that you are my pride and joy, and I'll love you forever and always? What if we gave them encouragement through our trials and made them smile when they're sad and told them to be happy and their goodness will overtake the bad? What if we taught them that they are unique, they are smart and greater than kings? Isn't it what we teach our children that really means everything? So love them through their good times and love them harder through their bad times. Teach them to love themselves, for they are one of a kind. Teach them to share their beauty inside around others they meet. Their love can help others too to feel special and unique. If everyone would make a change, which would spread love and peace, what if we start with one? Then many we could reach. Tomorrow is not promised, but we can start with today. What we do right now will be remembered for always. Thank you. And this poem here is just because it says, get your life started. So we know that we need to get education as children and grow up, and we want to live our life and do good things and be a good person in this world. So it says, get your life started. So listen to this poem and the words I say. You must improve your life in order to see a brighter day. Getting an education is a good start. Being really fresh means having a good heart. Living wrong and doing drugs and you think it's cool, believe me, it isn't smart and you're going to lose. Walk away from drugs and all the wrong things you are doing. You better get your life started before it is ruined. Let's take a positive step and leave the right mark. First, find your true self and get your life started. Thank you. And this is one of the poems. These are the poems I would read to the class, the students. And one of my favorite class was fourth graders. They would always ask me questions, and it was just a joy. And I love all children. I've read poems to high school children and middle school children, and so I just want to give a message of positivity. That's my goal. So this one is called Coming Together as One. We can touch many from what we do today, helping our children right now from what we do and say. Teaching our children respect and love to work with others well. When our children apply this, all they can do is excel. The teacher is our source of information. The children are our receivers. The parents are our guiding source, and we all got to be believers. Let us all support each other to focus on what we all need. It is our children's best interest that we all succeed. We all got to come now. There's a lot of work to be done. If we start today, we can come together as one. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed these poems, and I'm glad I was able to get through them because they really touched my heart. And I have thousands of poems, and I want to start sharing different subjects with you because I didn't just write about the spiritual part, the Christian part of it, because I went through everything, and believe me, I am far from claiming to be judgmental. I am not claiming to be perfect because I know that Jesus forgives and he moved forward, and he just wants me to give you a positive message. And I hope you enjoyed them and you have a blessed day, and God bless. Bye.